Anyways, let's get on with the show.
Yeah, talk about Paralympics. That's going to happen next year, of course.
Of course.
COVID won't let it happen this year. And Nigerian athletes, the tennis players, they're all preparing for it, just hoping that, well, once it gets started, they will also be able to win medals like they usually do.
These players are talented, really gifted players. They've qualified for the Olympics well in advance, and all they need is the support. You know, these are people I'm very capable of bringing medals back home to Nigeria. Paralympics has always been our strongest suit, you know, in Nigeria. Table tennis is rising up along with athletics and powerlifting.
Nigeria para-athletes have been a strong force at previous Paralympic Games. At the last Paralympic in Rio, the country finished on the medal log with 12 medals, comprising 8 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze medals. In Rio, however, para-table tennis did not make the medal table, but the athletes want to break the jinx next year in Tokyo.
Even to participate in the Paralympics is a dream that comes true in my life. I've been dreaming of playing in Paralympic over 10 years ago, but now I thank God that it's now possible for me to go to Paralympic. And with this, I think I will deliver.
Well, now we have 7 people representing Nigeria in the Olympics. We're going to be sure that we're going to come up with medals from Olympics. Same thing, you know, and if you come with medals for Nigeria, it's for Nigeria, it's not just for Nigerian Table Tennis Federation.
The COVID-19 pandemic has not helped preparations that much, as a few are in closed camping and have just participated in a single tournament.
We are lagging behind, so we need to go for a lot of competitions to face the very best at the games so that we can meet up with their standards and to also get used to the equipment, the latest equipment they are using when it comes to the table and the skills that they use, so we can learn from them and apply it to our game.
Will their request to get the right competition be adhered to?
Anytime from next year, we are still thinking of taking them out for another tournament, a championship that we keep them up for the Olympics. But I can assure you, 3-4 of them are Olympic champions before, so they know what it takes to qualify for such an event.
With the assurance from Nigeria Table Tennis Federation, the desire for the para-athletes is to go to Tokyo, not just to compete, but to bring home medals.
Welcome back. You guys can talk to us on our Twitter handle. What do you think about the return of the Nigeria Professional Football League? So many games were decided, about 5 games decided. Yeah. The other ones will be completed today. And the good news coming from LMC is the fact that they will produce and show the first match live. Aqua United and Dakada will be on the dedicated platform of NPFLTV.com. I mean, the match will also be given to free-to-air, to NT and all that to also show. So Aimba and Abia Warriors will also be live on the same platform, MPFL platform. So you also have on Tuesday, Rivers and Rangers will also be live on Wednesday and all that. So, I mean, it's going to be big and big and big. So MPFL, LMC, they're coming back big and better. So many games decided yesterday. So talk to us about the return of MPFL. I know Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, you also want to talk. Yeah, you can send in your comments. We'll try to read them. Yeah. But today we're focusing on the return of Nigerian Professional Football League after 9 months. Of course, you know the reason COVID happened. We have a guest in the studio, Ademola Ogbonna, joins us this morning. Ademola, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Thank you so much, CC, and compliments of the season.
Compliments as well.
Tayo, good to see you again.
Hope you've had a very good one.
I did.
How was your Christmas celebration? Were you home or you were at work?
No, I was at home. Thankfully I was at home.
With the family.
Lucky you. All right, then. Let's just cut to the chase, go straight to everything that happened yesterday across various centers in the Nigeria Professional Football League match day 1. We have a stunning result on our hands already. Kwara United going to Jos to beat Plateau United by 2-0. That's a result I never saw coming. We get your thoughts now soon, shortly, Demola. Elsewhere, it was FC Ifeanyi-Ubah 1-0 over Lobi Stars. Nasarawa United 2-1 over Wiki Tourists. MFM right here at the Agege Stadium defeated Warri Wolves by 2-1. Jigawa Golden Stars 1-0 over Sunshine Stars. And last but not the least, Adamawa United 1-0 against Kano Pillars. Rabiu Ali scoring for, that guy's ageless, my God, scoring for Kano Pillars in that game. All right, let's focus on what happened right here.
So it's MFM
in
and
Lagos.
Warri Wolves. Yes,
2-1.
MFM, they needed those 2 goals. Early, 20 minutes, they got what they wanted. And Warri Wolves tried to come into the game, but then it was just too late.
I mean, the goals from Muyiwa Balogun in the 8th minute. I mean, all the goals were scored in the first half, and the game was done and dusted, over then. But it was a good one for MFM playing at home and at the Agege Township Stadium. It's a shame I couldn't be there yesterday. I tried as much as I could, but I missed out on that. But
Would
good
they
one
have
for
allowed
MFM.
you, though? I mean, like, games are supposed to be played behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, but I expect that.
The press,
yeah, the
right.
press.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
at least.
All right, then. We'll see pictures are coming from that game very soon. And like you said, game pretty much won and lost in the first half. Not a lot of action in the second. And for MFM, it's important for them to start with a win. They've lost so many players in the last few years, and you keep wondering, how's this team going to survive? But then they keep, discovering new talents. They have a way of getting the job done, and that a lot of credit has to go to Coach Tony Bulus.
Yes.
That was a fantastic save right there.
Brilliant save from the goalkeeper.
I thought that was going to, nestle in the back of the net. Fantastic fingertip save coming from the goalkeeper of Warri Wolves. Cecilia?
After that,
there you go.
Came in.
So the pressure was already mounting, and wasn't a surprise when this lad put the ball in the back of the net. 1-0 for MFM-FC.
And of course, if you take a look at the way they actually set up, because the coach was talking about the fact that some of the players, because of the lockdown, they didn't come out fit and everything. But somehow it's like these guys were not as fatigued as you expect. When I mean fatigue, I mean not looking tired. They were all looking sharp, as if they've been playing games. Maybe the preseason actually helped. There's a build-up to the goal by Warri Wolves. Just a beautiful way, the way this was worked. And if you check, they couldn't even celebrate that much because they were thinking, can we write this one and get a victory from Lagos?
They had enough time,
but it just wasn't to be. Yeah, they had enough time. The
time.
second half came in. But, MFM, I mean, they knew what they wanted. First of all, if you win your home game, the opening day, it gives you that confidence and you just want to build on it and continue. Let's get reaction, from MFM camp. Tony Bulus talking about the game, and also one of the players, Najim, talking about how they needed this victory to start the season.
It's a very big win. It's a big win for us. The league has just started after 8-9 months. Our first game and winning. We give glory to God. It's just our game plan. It works. We decide to press them very high at the first 20 minutes, and the first 20 minutes we've gotten our goals that we need. We have a lot of time to prepare. For like 2 months we've been preparing. So it's just the hard work we've been putting in. Technically we struggled a lot. The team struggled a lot because most of the players have been at home, and the lockdown they put on a lot of weight. We have to struggle to keep them in shape.
Yes, I'm very happy because it's our first game for home. Very important, and I'm happy that we won. And this season we are going to play CAF next year by God's grace. At the end of the season, we are going to end the league from 1 to 5th by God's grace.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's already talking about, finishing 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I mean, continents, right?
Still very early.
It's early. I mean, I love the fact that they could say you don't have to really celebrate. I mean, it's a whole long stretch and all that. So let's see how they carry on from here.
Good start. That's all that matters for MFM. Okay, let's go to Jos and talk about
Warri
the team.
Wolves. Now, before you go to Jos, I mean, let's
I'm so
listen to
excited
the
to
other
talk
camp.
about this
Come
one.
on, what happened to the coach? Obviously, Evans again is not happy this morning, but he feels that yes, they can build on this and get something in the next game.
Good game, and the match of this magnitude can go either way. It's just unfortunate, actually, that my boys were a little bit complacent in the first half. And you see the team that took our chances to win matches. You saw my defender, especially the right full back, was so lackadaisical in the first half. And you saw from the resultant, this team brought that first goal and they were a little bit demoralized. But in the second half, you saw when we spoke to them, they upped their game. to see that we go ahead to equalize and then go ahead to win. But you see, my boys were wasteful in front of goal. And you see, I repeat myself again, the team that take our chances win matches. So Mountain of Fire were luckier. And for some time now, I have never lost to Mountain of Fire, anywhere, or home and away. But they have made history today. I have congratulated them. They took their chances, and you saw it. You saw that in the second half, my boys dominated play, but we couldn't still convert those chances. So and from any match you play, you take the positives. It's a marathon league. We'll go back and still keep working very hard, because I must approach all matches with every sense of responsibility. I've seen what has happened here. I've taken notes, and I'm going to work on those lapses to see that we have a better performance in our subsequent matches.
That's the way to go. Just accept the defeat and work better on subsequent games. That's what he intends to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tayo, now how the Plateau was actually leveled. So let's hear you.
Yes, they were leveled. I mean, Plateau United not been the greatest of starts for them this season. We saw what happened on the continent, losing right here in Jos, but I never thought Kwara United, one of those teams that have been ready for this season for so long. I mean, they just couldn't wait to play. So obviously, they went to Jos and won pretty convincingly by 2-0.
2 quick-fire goals in the second half.
Quick-fire.
And the Afonja Warriors, like they are popularly called, winning 2-0 in play today. I mean, beautiful game, and I'm sure their coach will be very, very proud.
Of course, Abdoulaye Bifo. I'm sure he's a very, very happy man this morning. And I saw the lineup as well, too. Didn't have Dele Ayenuba was on the bench. The Brazilian guy, Alves, didn't play. I just showed, that's the first goal, by the way, scored by the Afonja Warriors.
Yeah, Jide Fatokun, and it's the 2nd minute. Beautiful goal he scored there. And then Michael Ohanu in the 67th minute made it 2-0 for the Afonja Warriors.
Plateau have got issues, Cecilia.
They've got issues. And I won't be the one to talk about the issues they've got. I mean, we'll listen to them after. Before we hear from their own, their owners, their side of the story on how they lost this one at home. First of all, we have to listen to Abdoulaye Bifo, who is obviously a very, very happy man. But he doesn't really want to celebrate this victory so much because 38 games
to go.
37 more to go. So he just plays 1 away from home. But then to win here, it's like you won a trophy.
It's worth celebrating, but don't get too carried away. And that's what the coach is doing. Yeah. Fantastic win indeed for Kwara United away in Jos. And Cecilia, let's get reaction now coming from Plateau United. Plateau United, first of all, let's get to listen to the coach.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. First of all, I would say I take the blame as the captain of the team for losing 2-0 to Kwara United. But first of all, I'm going to apologize to Plateau people as a whole, to every Plateau man that supports Plateau United. We are seriously apologizing to them all for not giving them the joy they deserve, because they deserve better. And I think we have some little problems in the team. Since we went for the continent, I think our match with Simba, we had a stressed journey back home. I think like 7 of our players were down. I think I just trained for just 5 days before this game because I've been down too. Like 7 players, 13 players have been down because of fatigue and some injuries like that. I think we'll make things right. This is just a first game. We know sometimes it's better to make mistakes at the start of the league so that we'll correct it when as fast as possible.
There you go, as a player of Plateau United. Your thoughts on to is try to give reasons why they played the way
I wouldn't say they're excuses, but I mean, if you try and look at the whole scenario of how everything panned out, coming back from injury, most players still out, and just, train for 5 days, and losing 2-0, in your home ground is not, but like I said, it is just the beginning of the season, and I'm sure with their coaching crew, they can build up from here and make things right as the season goes on.
But the worrying thing is it's not just one game. We saw them on the continent as well. So they lost to, who did they lose to?
Yeah, at home.
Some team. And not a great start. A lot to be worried about for the coach. What's his name now? Name beats me. But it's a lot to worry about.
It is indeed.
For the coach.
But I'm sure they will get their act together.
Abdul Kaba, yeah, he's a veteran coach.
Yes, he is. So we expect that they'll get their act together, and as the season progresses, they'll come good.
All right. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
But then let's listen to Abdullahi before, talking about that victory that they shouldn't celebrate yet simply because, well, they've got 37 more games to play with Enyimba, Rivers United, all of them waiting in the wings to face them.
They played very well, but lucky to get their goal, and I think that is the difference we have here today. So the second half, I tell my boys, if you can defend it for 45 minutes, there's no way for you to defend again. You have to go out and look at our goal, but we have to be very careful. We have to be defensive conscious because if you don't concede a goal, there's no how you can lose a match. And if you don't win, if you don't score a goal, you cannot win as well. So I have to let them know the two major factor in football. So we defend very well and we wait for their mistake, then we capitalize on that. It's not a bad team. Play 2 losses today, they should not think maybe the team is a bad team. It's not a bad team at all. Play the first home match at home and you are being trained behind, so you won't be able to play the way the coach asks them to play, because you can see the second half, they are just sending any ball to a half, and if not, maybe when they mistake, that's not they can score that way. They have to stick to the way they play in the first half. Maybe they could have get a goal. You not allow this to go into our head. You have a lot of things to still do. Win here today, that does not mean our team is perfect. So we'll still go back and look at the game and see where we need to make amendment before our next game. First game of the season, to get 3 points, not only anywhere in Plateau here, I think it's a massive 3 points for us. So we have to go back and forget about today's victory. We are playing Enyimba our next game. Our next first game, I tell the players, going to determine how we are going to end. We are going to play Enyimba at home. Enyimba are going to play Rivers, but the next game now is Enyimba. So we are going to make sure we put everything in place to make sure we get the 3 points at home, because anything from 3 points in Lawrence, so what our effort here will not have any meaningful on the log. So we make sure we get it right again at home, so that at least after that we'll be able to celebrate this 3 points we get here today.
Okay, I mean, just get Enyimba out of the way at home. If you can beat Enyimba out of the way, then you can celebrate your 3 points victory. But Enyimba will be up against Abia Warriors, right? On Tuesday.
That's on Tuesday. Anyways, match
and that will
day
be live, of course, on MPFL TV and also on NTA.
Interesting.
Great one.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. If you're trying to build a brand, it's got to be visible enough. And I like the fact that yesterday's games as well, too, were on the net as well. It's on radio. Commentary was done. If you couldn't watch it on TV, of course, I had opportunity to listen to the commentary on MPFL radio. Matches in match day 1 will continue today. 2 games for you. Katsina United and Heartland. And the derby between Akwa United and Dakada. That game is going to be on TV.
It's going to be on TV, mpfltv.com. So that's a dedicated platform.
Yeah.
And also live on NTA. So that's what LMC is trying to do.
This is more like
a whole lot.
It is.
All right, before we leave the MPFL, a couple of tweets concerning games played yesterday. And I have this one from Nathaniel Mobolade, and I'm guessing you're a Plateau United fan. What the captain of Plateau United, Charles Helong, said is true, but favoritism from the coach has torn the team apart. All the preseason matches were lost as well. So this is someone that follows Plateau United, obviously. So I don't know. Abdul Kaba has got his work cut out to return to winning ways.
And Joseph Aminagawan says, good to have the MPFL back. What are the projections on managing games in the face of threats of the second wave of COVID-19? Okay, he's asking MPFL officials. Okay, I'm happy that he didn't copy me. But the rules already, we already know that, of course, it's going to be played behind closed doors. And, of course, before games, the players were tested. We saw MFM, they were all tested, and luckily all the players tested negative. So they put those things in place. The players must be tested before games are played. And also, fans are really not allowed to get closer to the players or get into the stadiums and others. So these are the modalities they put in place to ensure that, yes, the second wave of COVID-19 does not
doesn't disrupt the season again.
Doesn't disrupt it. So they've already put all these things in place. I love what LMC have done. That's why it took so long, for them to be able to start the league. Now they've started, so they don't want anything to disrupt it at all. So that's why they put all these in place. So players must have their tests conducted before games. And anyone that is negative, of course, we know. Positive, we know that, of course, the player will definitely be out. And, of course, games can also be postponed if you have 2 or 3 more players, testing positives. And all that.
Just follow the protocols.
That's
and,
it's simple.
Should be fine.
Wash your hands regularly. I mean, wear your face mask and ensure, for players, I mean, just ensure that you're always with your team. Do not go out to places you're not supposed to go to. If you avoid that, you'll be fine.
I know it's tough to just restrict human beings to a particular place. You want to go to the mall and stuff, but you got to be extra careful.
Of course.
And
if you know you can't be careful, so you don't have to go.
Yeah, send someone, right?
Send someone and keep online. Forget, online deliveries and all that, where you have
dispatch platforms to watch the matches as well. So
platform, exactly. You know, for fans, you don't have to go to the stadium. Platform. I mean, Dakada and Aqua United. What better game can you expect to watch today? So MPFL.com, just download the app on Google Play and you'll be able to watch all these games.
Because the fans keep showing up and it's not just right. It's still no mass gathering allowed at this venues. Okay, that's it for the MPFL. Now let's just quickly touch down in England and see what happened yesterday. Some very interesting results to talk about, starting off with Leeds United with a 1-0 win over Burnley. Patrick Bamford with his 10th goal of the season. A lot of doubts about this guy coming into the PL, but it's absolutely proven everyone wrong. It belongs to the big stage. West Ham 2-2 against Brighton. Liverpool 1-1 against West Brom. Nigeria Shemi Ajayi was the star of the show in that one. And Wolves denying Tottenham late again. It's deja vu for Tottenham. They go ahead and end up not playing and conceding from a set piece. Jose must be having great airs right now.
And to think that they scored in the very first minutes of the game after a fine Ben Davies cross found Tangwa Ndombele in the first minute. And I'm sure in their minds they were going to win the match because, I mean, for 85 minutes, they were 1-0 up, only for Pedro Neto with a fine assist for Roman Saiz to score for Wolves. I mean, Wolves, they are not a small team as well.
No, it's a difficult ground to go.
And if you have a coach like they do, I've forgotten his name now, I mean,
Espirito,
yes. You know they will always come at you. They have attacking threats in the right places and defensive balance as well. So they're playing at home. Drawing against Tottenham, it wasn't a surprise for me, but I'm sure Mourinho will be scratching his head and wondering, what went wrong in that particular match.
Yeah, a lot went wrong, actually, in that game for Tottenham, and that's why they lost it. Anyways, better luck next time to Tottenham. Next game is against Fulham in Tottenham. We need to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll be focusing on what Shemi Ajayi did against Liverpool. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. It's time to go to Anfield, where it didn't pan out as expected. For Liverpool, of course, they still maintain their unbeaten run, but they couldn't get a win because Shemi Ajayi struck very late. Fantastic header to give Liverpool to take 1 point away from Liverpool. Sadio Mane, of course, had given Liverpool a very early lead, and we thought, okay, it's going to be another
a goal fest for Liverpool.
It didn't pan out that way.
It wasn't to be.
Talk about Sam Allardyce's master plan.
Yes, I mean, going with a 4-5-1 formation, what do you expect? At the end of the match, Jurgen Klopp said it was a 6-4 formation.
Who cares?
It was a 4-5-1 formation, and Allardyce knows
a lot of players behind the ball.
Defend the mass and counter-attack. And one of those almost earned an equalizer when Karl Grant broke free.
One-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Alisson Becker had to make a fantastic save. I mean, justifying the amount he's been paid. I mean, and the amount Liverpool bought him for.
Absolutely. But they couldn't stop this guy's header.
He could do nothing. With Shemi Ajayi's bullet header. Came off the crossbar, left the keeper scrambling. Before you know it, ball was in the back of the net. And I think, to be fair, Klopp saw that goal coming because he was really shouting. He even got a yellow card.
He was animated, of course.
Yes, he was.
He was worried, and you could see, I mean, the tension in the ground was palpable as well. So the Liverpool fans thought it was going to be a straightforward win for them. But in the second half, it started to look, really dicey. And it didn't come as a surprise to see Shemi score that goal.
It wasn't at all, because if you we were talking about Pep club frustration and all that. It wasn't about what was in play. It was the way Sam Allardyce's team set up. His team didn't have time to really play the ball they wanted. They had all the possession and all that, but they couldn't have that penetration that they needed. They couldn't have those shots that they needed because they were frustrated all through. I think it's the frustration of the setup of Sam Allardyce's team.
This guy is a legend, though.
That was why Klopp was actually upset with the whole thing, with the referees and everyone. So that's every little whistle that the referee will blow, he starts shouting and screaming until he got that yellow.
He told them when they signed him that he's there to come and rile up the big boys, talking about Klopp, Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, you know, give them a run for their money. You know, he doesn't have the firepower or the players like those other big boys, but tactically, he knows what he wanted. He's trying to escape relegation. You don't expect him to come playing fancy football. So he's going to come,
take points off those big teams.
Big boys, and then go scramble with the lower guys in the league. You know.
For the records, Sam Allardyce is unbeaten in each of his last 4 Premier League visits to Anfield. 1 win and 3 draws. So it should really come as a surprise to us. And over those 4 games, he's managed Sunderland, Crystal Palace, Everton and West Brom. It's incredible. Look at the teams. And he goes to Anfield and
get something out of it. It could have been a win, but then we know Liverpool on fire. Okay, and the good thing was on Sunday was the fact that only Leeds United got a win. All the top teams from Tottenham.
3 draws, 1 win.
Yes, 3 draws.
Wow.
Then if you have to go back to Saturday, what happened? I mean, Arsenal were the only one pick up. I mean, Leicester and, of course, you expect Leicester and Man United. It was a draw. And Everton also pick up, and that's why they're second now on the table. Now, let's look at the games for today, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Absolutely.
Now, the games for today, Chelsea will be hoping to bounce back.
They have to bounce back.
And see how they can beat Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa won their game. They were a man down and a goal up at half-time.
And they scored 2 more.
And they scored 2 more in second half. And Chelsea lost 3-1 to Arsenal. They were playing as if, well, too much Christmas rice and all that. So, and they're going to be playing Aston Villa, who are dogged and rugged.
Anyways,
at Stamford Bridge.
It's a
Crystal
tough one.
Palace, Leicester City, Everton and Man City. I mean, the game to watch out for Everton, Man City.
Yeah, that was a tough
Everton
one
is
as
actually
well.
second.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, because the table is so congested, a couple of wins for you, you should right to the top.
Yes, and the games are coming in thick and fast, especially now in the festive period. You know, there's going to be rotational play by these coaches, and you expect that the players that will be coming into play will actually do their job. It's going to be a tough one for Chelsea, but I don't think they'll want to lose back-to-back.
So they win this one?
Yes. I'm not saying they will.
Back-to-back.
Don't take my word for it.
Okay. Everyone is afraid of the Smith team, right?
Leicester, Palace, they were horrendous against Aston Villa. 1 man up, and you expect them to take advantage. They're going to concede 2 more goals. They were very, very flat on the day, so I won't be surprised if Leicester take
I wouldn't be either. You expect Nigeria's Wilfred Ndidi to come up tops again, yes. He's been fantastic so far. And the way Brandon Rogers' team play, especially having James Morrison, you know, in the middle of the pack, running shows. And then you have the ever-reliable Jamie Vardy, you know, always running. So you expect them to give Crystal Palace a good run for their money today.
Everton, Man City, quickly.
It's going to be a very tough one. I mean, two fantastic coaches in Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola. Who's going to come up tops? I really can't say. But you expect that Carlo Ancelotti is going to give
on the back
Guardiola something to think about.
Of course, absolutely. On the back of their last games, Everton with a 1-0 win at Bramall Lane. City 2-0. City looking good. They're doing their job quietly now. They're flying under the radar. They're not conceding goals as well.
Which is really pretty good.
Very
they score and they try to protect
that we're not seeing the City we've been seeing in the last couple of years.
It's good you have to change.
You got to adapt.
Adapt. There's no
right way of playing the game or one play of playing the game.
As long as you get the results. That's what is important.
Especially in the Premier League where it's so tough to get points. So
interesting.
Aston Villa just flying at it for me. It's a big team.
Before we go on the show now, let's
take some tweets, right? Okay.
Lewandowski, congratulations.
Dr. Kene says, what a way to end the week. That's not fun, right? Arsenal picking up a win in the derby and Spurs scrapping out a draw. And after getting knackered in a blood tonic. Hopefully we get a win at Brighton. Big up to Ajayi for registering a goal against the champions. Yes. Lawas Vitru says, Wiki Tourist coach must put away sentiments aside and play the right
Wow,
players.
that's another fan complaining about sentiments.
I mean, coaches, if you're listening, no sentiments. Play your best players so that you can win games.
That's very worrying. Very worrying. Ogufowora Abosun, Big Sam is a firefighter and has proved his mettle again by holding the Reds at the fortress. The rescue mission has started. West Brom on the Sam can survive, right?
We expect them to. I mean, they brought him, in just for that. He's a miracle worker, and he's proven that over the years. So let's see if he can pull this one.
Never been relegated. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, I'll take the last one before we leave the show. Flora Shaw says, I'm excited to see the MPFL back. For being who we are, I have my doubts if we would be able to abide by the principles of social distancing as seen during the interview granted by Kwara United coach. I wish the LMC is successful and virus-free campaign. On that note, you guys should try as much as possible to stay safe, right? That's what is important.
Watch the game on TV, guys. Come on.
Ademola, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching as well. Hopefully, you can join us again tomorrow for another edition. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Stay safe.